Hi everybody, I'm here talking to Charlotte, Tobie's mum. Charlotte, hello. It's lovely to meet you finally. Would you be able to give me an outline of what happened?
Yep, sure. I picked Tobie up from school and received a call from the head teacher to say that he'd been assaulted by a member of staff. I was not allowed to know really any more than that at that point.
So you don't even know whether it was sexual assault or...
No, I didn't know anything.
Oh, that must have been horrible.
I was pretty confident that it was more of a physical assault, but his head teacher told me basically that the member of staff had been removed from the premises and that it was all CCTV being downloaded and it was all going forward into a Lado meeting, which is where all the professionals get together and decide whether it can be prosecuted. So I already knew it was serious, but knowing it's serious and not knowing what had actually happened is horrible.
Nerve-wracking.
It's horrible. It's horrible for Tobie as well, really, to be honest, because I feel like he deserved for me to know what happened.
Because he's non-speaking, isn't he?
Yeah, he can just say our names. But his understanding's far more than...
Oh, definitely.
People are always really surprised when they meet him.
Does he use any method of communication?
Yeah, he will choose things he wants to eat on an iPad, or like activities like bubbles and like motivating things on an iPad. We're just trying to get him going with that. We're most motivating items at the moment, but I would like to think in the future he might be able to actually say like I've got a tummy ache or whatever.
Are they items that he wants to motivate him to?
They are at the minute, yeah, but I think he's really good with that now. He knows when he touches the tile, that's what he's going to get. And he knows he's making a choice.
Yeah.
And he'll do it for like again as well, so you blow some more bubbles and touch it for again. So yeah, we are moving forwards with it.
Yeah.
PEC's never worked for him.
No.
So hopefully...
They're not instant enough, are they?
No. But there's like I said, most of the time when people meet Tobie, they're shocked at how much he actually understands.
Oh God, yeah. There's a misconception that people that are non-speaking can't understand. Why wouldn't they be able to? Just because they can't communicate it back in verbal speech.
Yeah, I mean, he follows instructions really well, and at home in particular, he'll do more or less anything I ask him. He completely understands, but unfortunately, all he can really say is our names.
Yeah. So from the footage that we've seen, even though it's grainy, you can see that he's being punched, pushed, kneed, kicked.
Yeah.
And that went on for 20 minutes.
I think it was 19 minutes.
19 minutes. Obviously unprovoked, nothing could provoke that. No one deserves that.
And Tobie's very sound sensitive, and if there's a loud noise, a sudden loud noise in the house, he'll go like this.
I saw in the video he was doing a lot of that, like he just wanted the ground to swallow him up.
Exactly, just like he can disappear if he does that. Yeah, and that was upsetting to watch that, because I could see that he was frightened.
And you can read his body language, so you know exactly what he was trying to say was go away.
Yeah. He tried to get up and leave at one point, and he pushed him back down so hard that his legs went back over.
Yeah, I saw that.
I was like, oh my God.
It's disgusting.
Absolutely appalling, totally unnecessary, animalistic, revolting behaviour.
Yeah, very much so. And they let him walk. Yeah. No punishment whatsoever.
Well, he's got some community service.
Yeah, that's nothing.
No.
Nothing at all.
Not in comparison to what he did, no. What he did, he absolutely 100% deserved to go to jail.
Oh, 100%.
And I think in hindsight, I wish that the judge could have met Tobie or seen a video of him or known him to
see
understand
how vulnerable he is.
Exactly.
And how sweet he is. He's lovely.
Yeah. To understand like the gravity of what he actually did, because Tobie is a big, strong boy, but nonetheless, he's gentle and kind and sweet and funny, and he's a bit cheeky. Yeah. But he certainly wouldn't have done anything to provoke that situation. I can't imagine any child ever doing anything to provoke that. It's like the whole responsibility Kevin had at the time was to protect him, was to be with him, protect him and keep him safe, and he did the exact opposite. He took advantage of the most debilitating part of Tobie's disability is that he's unable to speak, and that's the part that he took advantage of.
Yeah. And you said he's been working with disabled people for how long?
20 years.
That's terrifying.
I think it is, yeah. I think it is. I mean, depending on, I don't know what settings and what circumstances he worked in. I only found that out in court when the judge said it. But to me, I am of the opinion, although I don't know anything and I've got no proof of anything, I'm of the opinion this is the time he got caught.
Oh, he looked very comfortable doing that.
Yes. However,
That he didn't even look around to see if anyone else was watching. Were there no other teachers out there then, I take it?
I don't know who else sat there. I didn't realise there were other children around in the video, to be honest, until I saw it, which obviously that was in court.
And that was the first time you'd seen it?
I was expected to just be Kevin and Tobie on the video, but of course
there's other kids running around.
Yeah, the other kids are of similar ability to Tobie, so they can't
That must have been terrifying. Yeah, and they probably had it done to them. We don't know, do we? And that's the worst part.
I think if I had to put my money either way, I'd say over the 7 months he'd worked in the school, he'd done a lot. Yeah, I don't believe that. I just don't know, it's fine. If you've got that in you, you've got it in you. And he was working there for that purpose. It's so obvious. That was such a vicious attack, so nasty. And he was getting something from it. The judge said that she believed it was without malice. I don't...
What?
Thank you.
How do you attack a disabled child for 19 minutes without malice?
Make it make sense, I know. But he was getting... You could see that, you could see he was getting pleasure from it. He's, standing with his hands on his hips.
Absolute scum. Absolute scum. What was his name?
His name's William Kevin Clifford, but he went by Kevin. We only found out his name was William when he went to court.
And is he local to Wolverhampton?
Yeah, he lives in, am I allowed to say?
Yeah.
He lives in Fisher Street in Wolverhampton,
I'm sure people would love to know.
Yeah, he lives in Fisher Street in Wolverhampton.
And what was the effect on Tobie from this attack?
I mean, Tobie's had his difficulties with anxiety before, obviously lockdown and stuff like that, all them different changes affected him, but this was just so devastating and heartbreaking to know not only that somebody had done this to him, but I am not sure that Tobie realises I know somebody did this to him.
Have you not told him?
I tell him.
Yeah.
I tell him, and I tell him that that the naughty man won't come back, and the naughty man's gone to prison, but he's still afraid of unfamiliar white males.
Yeah.
He still needs me, my constant presence, really. More or less all of the time, whether it's inside the house or outside the house. And that Danny, since then, I can't even go. I mean, I could probably pop to the shops, but by the time I got back, he'd be stressing.
Yeah. But he's still in the same school?
He's still in the same school, yeah. I don't... I really rate the school.
From what I've seen, what I've heard from you, they were very good and good on it immediately.
Absolutely, yeah. Immediately removed him. They were really very upset over it, genuinely upset that this had happened on their watch, and all appropriate steps were taken, and also as well, they've really turned it around. I've got to be honest, at this point, when we broke up for the 6 weeks holiday, Tobie had finally gotten back to just happily going into school and not looking back and just wanting me to go because he's going to go and have fun with his mates. Which, when this first happened, that had gone. We were turning up at 11 o'clock for school, and he wouldn't put his school uniform on, he wouldn't go in. But yeah, he stays with the same, he's trusted adults now at all times. They've been really good with that. They make sure that's always possible for him, so he always feels safe.
Have they got CCTV anywhere else in the school that could have caught this man doing anything?
There is more CCTV around the school. None of it's in the classrooms. It's in the corridors and on the outside parts. It's more for security reasons, like if they got burgled or vandalised, anything like that. But yes, more CCTV did exist, but at the time, and I did ask for it to be looked at the time, but I was told at the time that it would be entrapment because.
What?
Yeah.
Why?
Because what happened with Tobie, he was caught in the act.
But if they went back over and saw him doing it to someone else, surely that's proof that he's done it to someone else. That's not trapping him. That's not...
I think, do you know what, Emma? I think the law there, or the rules there, or whatever they were following, would apply more to a neurotypical community, because
very much so.
In those circumstances, if your child's in a neurotypical school and at age 11, you can say, was this person ever near you? Your child might have told you something already. You can find out other ways.
Yeah.
The only way to know if he did anything else in that school would have been to go back through the CCTV.
Exactly, and You would think that they'd want
Yeah.
to know.
Yeah, but they said, like, if you go in and looking for things that he's done is not appropriate.
That's ridiculous. I've never heard such shit. Sorry. I've never heard such...
I wasn't
It's
happy.
terrible.
I wasn't happy about it at the time. I know a lot of the other parents at the school aren't happy about it.
Yeah,
You know,
I bet.
I would be exactly the same as them. I understand it. Like, I had to keep it quiet for
Oh,
a
God,
year.
that must have been so hard.
It very difficult, yeah, because some the people at the school, my friends, these are like my autism family. They're the people who know what my life's like, what Tobie's like, how things really affect you
When you've got an autistic child.
exactly where you'd have to explain to somebody who had neurotypical children more like the complexities of it. They just get you straight away.
Yeah.
But I wasn't allowed to tell anyone because if it blew up and went.
And he got
When really
attacked,
public-
which wouldn't have been a bad
exactly.
thing. But
Well, he wouldn't have been prosecuted.
yeah.
So I had to keep it quiet for most of 2023. I think it was the end of 2023. I was allowed
Must
to
have
finally
been
tell
so hard.
people. It was, and there was a guilt there as well because I knew the other parents would be concerned that something had happened to their children, and the ones who don't like directly know me, I think it's worse for them, or don't speak to me directly because they have heard that this monster's been in the school and he's done this terrible thing, but they're not hearing from me that Tobie's been at the school for 6 years, nothing like this has ever happened before. I trust them.
Yeah.
I've sent him back. He was removed immediately from the school. They're just hearing that this horrible case of abuse has gone in the school that their child attends.
Yeah.
It's caused a lot of stress and worry for a lot of other people as well. You know, I almost feel fortunate that at least I know what happened to my son.
Yeah.
Because I could have got to this point in time.
And
Kevin
never
could
known.
still be working
Yeah,
there, and I still didn't
very
know.
true.
Yeah.
What is it that you want? Because I know what I want. I want CCTV to be put everywhere in all SEN schools. Actually, I'd even go as far as to say in all residentials as well. Anywhere where all 80 units,
I agree.
80
Absolutely agree.
units, you know, everywhere where there's vulnerable people, there should be surveillance.
Absolutely, particularly when these people are unable to communicate, whether they're children, adults, whichever, you know. When I hand Tobie over to somebody and put him into their care, they know he can't tell me what happened while I was gone. I have to believe that he's safe with them.
Yeah.
And in this instance, the predator worked his way through an excellent system and gained access to vulnerable children. And because that's kind of my whole point, really, because many of the other children in the school cannot communicate what happened, may or may not have happened to them.
Yeah.
They deserve for somebody to sit down, go through that footage and find out. And that's why, I think it should be in every classroom, every corridor, every area of the school. Not CCTV where I can go and log in online and have a little look what Tobie's doing.
No, but if anything...
But if anything like this happened, I do
Yeah.
think it should absolutely be, the CCTV should be kept for at least 12 months and checked back.
I think also it should be checked by an external body as well, because if a school decided to cover it up, for instance, that I don't believe, correct me if I'm wrong, that there was CCTV in the Mendip house, which is the house that the National Autistic Society ran. I remember I sent you the link where they'd beaten up residents, made them eat their own vomit, rid them like horses. But if it had been there, the NAS would have been caught a lot sooner. And when they were told it was happening, they did their own internal investigation for 2 years and allowed it to keep happening.
But also as a deterrent.
Yes.
For some people, they'd stop doing it because Kevin definitely didn't want to get caught. He didn't want people knowing what he'd done. He certainly didn't want that video releasing of what he actually did to Tobie and how disgusting it was, and all his friends and family knowing.
Yeah.
You know, for some people it would be a deterrent, and for others it would at least be some sort of protection for the other vulnerable people within that setting.
Yeah.
To have their justice.
Yeah.
If it's there's a cause for it, there's something else there, because they can't tell you.
No.
They deserve that level of protection. They're the most vulnerable people in our society. And, you know, I don't accept the excuse it's too expensive. No expense can be spared.
No expense can be
we talk of
spared,
the most vulnerable in society, no expense can be spared. And also, I don't buy that it's rare.
No, God, I don't buy it's rare
How can
either.
they possibly know that?
Yeah. And even when a pupil does go and say, you know, something's happened, they're not always believed. Whereas at least if it was on CCTV,
Exactly.
they could say check the CCTV
Exactly.
in their own way if they were able to.
Exactly.
Or if they managed to communicate it when they got home, if it's not residential.
Yeah.
It's terrifying.
But yeah, I mean, incidences like this are rare because they don't usually get caught on CCTV because there is no CCTV.
Yeah.
People who have got whatever is wrong with them in their mind to make them want to go and abuse children will seek them out, and they will seek, and of course they'll seek out the more vulnerable who can't tell on them. That's really obvious.
It's a power thing.
It's a very sad fact, but it's
all
true,
about power.
Yeah.
I'm a child sex abuse survivor, so it is. When I saw this, it got me, and I thought, right, I need to help.
Thank you.
That's
I'm really grateful for all of your help because, to be honest with you, at the time when you messaged me, came into and started
well,
my petition.
Is it your sister, friend,
friend
that messaged me and
friend,
said, look at this?
Tobie calls her auntie, but she's my friend, and she
said it's all going to blow up on Monday. This is coming out.
Yeah.
You know, and then
I was still struggling with my dad's death and stuff at the time, and I knew I want to fight for Tobie. I want
but it's just so much, isn't it? It helps if someone can step in and say, look, I'll put this in writing.
Oh, you've been
and
so
when you're
helpful.
ready,
taken so much pressure off me and been so like. And then you see the signatures coming on the petition, and you're like, yeah, no, do you know what? We can fight this.
Oh God, we can.
People are on Tobie's side.
Yeah, of course.
I've had so many people because there's so many horrible people in the world. Many really awful people in the world, and then I had two people I went to school with offer to help me where they've got trades, and they offered to help me with his sensory room that needs redoing because my dad's gone now. And I haven't seen them since I was at school. They didn't have to offer me anything. They're just kind people.
Yeah.
The gentleman who bought Tobie the toys.
I know.
Just somebody donated £500 to his GoFundMe. He doesn't know me. He's just sorry for what happened to Tobie.
Yeah. There are good people out there.
Lovely. And I really needed reminding of that. I really did.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Well, so hopefully this video, sign it, share it everywhere.
Yes,
all right. Thank you. Bye.